So today we are going to discuss few more definition related to compass traversing. In your yesterday lecture, we con we study some conventional symbol. After that, we move to compass traversing. In this, we complete the meaning of traversing and also the working principle of compass, that how it will work. So there are some definition, we already covered these definition, like true meridian, magnetic meridian and arbitrary meridian, and how the angle will be taken for these meridians will also discuss in detail portion. Then we move to grid meridian and also the types of magnetic bearing, which is the two types. One is whole circle bearing and another one is quadrantal bearing, which is also known as reduced bearing. So this types of bearing will also covered, was also covered. Then we move to fore and back bearing and few numericals related to these back bearing and fore bearing was covered. After that, we have the eighth point, which is magnetic declinations. And magnetic declinations is occur due to tilting position of Earth in the space. So there is the definition. The horizontal angle between magnetic bearing and true meridian is known as magnetic declination. Okay, so there are three types of declinations which is occur. We will study later on, but for this condition, suppose this is your geographical north and geographical south. So due to the magnetic field, the magnetic north will be declined toward your east. This angle is known as your declination. Okay, so this is the one type of declination. The another type of declination is toward your west. Suppose this is geographical north, south, west. So sometimes the declinations occur in the direction of west. Okay, so this is magnetic north. So here the east declination and declination in west are defined, and it was defined by theta east for this figure, and for this figure theta west. Isochronic and agonic lines. The line passing through the point of equal declinations are known as isochronic line. Okay, so isochronic lines means the line passing with equal declinations, like this. For first figure, if this is magnetic north and this is magnetic south, magnetic MS south. Now I draw the geographical north and geographical south point. So this is your magnetic south. The line passing which is parallel to this line, so these lines which is parallel to your magnetic north and magnetic south, is the same declination which is your blue line. The green line having the same declination which is your blue line. So this type of line is known as your isogonic line. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Okay. Now we are moving to another point, which is agonic line. So agonic line means the line which pass from 0 degree declination. Okay, so agonic line is only one line which is occur at 0 degree declination. And it was conducted by Survey of Indian Department. The 10th point is variation of magnetic declinations. Why these magnetic declinations occur? There are three types of declination which is occurred. The first one is secular, the another one is annual, and the main one is diurnal, diurnal variations, and the last one is irregular variations. This last one is occurs not frequently, but the A, B, C are the main variations of magnetic declinations. Okay, so before that, we just start with secular variation. The magnetic the magnetic meridian the magnetic meridian behaves like a pendulum with respect to the true meridian. Pendulum means sometimes it was moved toward east direction, sometimes magnetic north moved toward west direction. So this was behave like a pendulum. After every 100 years, this shift has been taken, and you will able to see this shift after every 100 years. It swings from one direction to opposite directions, hence the declination varies. The variation is known as secular variation. Okay, so this is your secular variations which is occur after every 100 years. The second is annual variations. As you can see that this is based on your variation in a year. Annual words is related to year. The magnetic declination varies due to rotation of Earth with its axis inclined in elliptical path around the Sun. We already discussed this concept, that how it will occur, because the path of elliptical around the Sun is not fixed. Okay, so that's why this annual variation has been taken, and the amount of this variation is up to 1 to 2 minutes. The third type of variation is diurnal variation. The magnetic declination varies due to rotation of Earth on its own axis in 24 hours. So there are two movements when the Earth rotates. The first one is when the Earth rotates on its axis, due to which the day and night will occur. And the second type of movement is when the Earth rotates around the Sun, due to which seasonal variation will occur. Okay, so annual variation is also known as seasonal variation, where diurnal variation is your daily variations, daily based variations. So the amount of this variation is to be found 3 to 12 minutes in your angles. Okay, we will understand the angles, like how you will denote the angle. Suppose 1 degree is equal to your 60 minute, so this single dash is represent your minute, and 1 minute is represent your 60 second. So this is the term by which you define your angle. Okay, in case of decimal value, suppose 12 minute, how the 12 minute will consider as 12 minute will consider as the degree. So this will be equal to 12 minute divided by 60 degree. So this is the value for minute into degree concept. The last one is irregular variations. The magnetic declination is found to be very sudden due to some natural cause such as earthquake, volcanic eruptions, and so on. This is known as irregular variation, and irregular variations is also occur due to nearby material which is iron based. If you are doing your survey near to some heavy machineries which is made up of irons, or the workshop in which the machines are made up of iron, you will feel some irregular variations. So these type of variations in your horizontal angle due to compass is known as irregular variations. So basically there are main three: secular, annual and diurnal. These are their main three, and the irregular variations are due to various activities. 11th point is related to your dip of magnetic needle. So please read this. See, we have Earth, and this contains some magnetic north and magnetic south pole. So due to these poles, we know that there is a magnetic field lines which is generate from north and merge in south. So this is your equator line. Okay, I just use a different color for equator. Assume that this is your equator line. So if you are place your compass as at equator, the needle will perfectly balance in the both directions like this. If this is your x-axis, this is your z-axis, so I'm trying to show you the cross section of compass. Suppose this is your compass box in which you are placing your needle like this. Okay, so this needle is toward north and this is toward south. If it is placed at equator, there is no declination you have seen in the direction of north and in the direction of south. But if you move toward the northern hemisphere, okay, the south needle, because due to the field at north poles is very much close to each other, so the south pole of this needle will go on to like this. So this direction, change in directions, or we can say that change in angle is known as your dip. If you move toward southern hemisphere, if you move this compass to southern hemisphere, the needle or the section of north section of needle will be moved downward. Okay, so this is known as your dip. Is it clear to you? Dip
Yeah.
of the magnetic needle. Next one is local attractions. So local attractions is the part of irregular variations. Okay, because the term so on is here is represented by the local attractions. So the magnetic needle shows some wrong angles, or the dip is due to some type of structures which is your present at your nearby, like iron ores, steel structure, electrical cables, because when the electric cables are your nearby, they produce some magnetic effects, electromagnetic inductions, as you know. So whenever there is a current, it provide us a magnetic field due to which the angle or the working of compass will be changed. So these are the some local attractions. You can read this for your convenience. Okay, so how we remove this local attraction, we will cover this sections with the help of a numerical. When we move to numerical section, then we cover this portion, that how we remove this error. Basically what we are doing, we just provide our a closed traversing. We assume that we are doing this figure is our closed traversing. Okay, so in yesterday class I told you about the closing of this figure is based on the formula 2n minus 4
4
multiplied by 90. Okay, so if the summation is not equal to this formula for this particular traversing, we just find, suppose let take a simple example with a triangle. This is a triangle. One, the number of sides are 3 and the total amount of, if we submit all the angle, interior angle, basically interior angle, this will be equal to 180. Okay, but due to some variations the angle are not equal to 180. Suppose this is your 60 degree, this is your 60 degree, and this one is your 59 degree. Okay, so total summation of this will be 179 degree. So there is an error, there is an error of
189 होगा ना सर?
yes, there is an error of 1 degree, and this 1 degree will be minus because you just take the measurement in the direction of negative. Okay, so how will you remove this error? If you add 1 degree, so correction will be plus 1 degree. If you add 1 degree in your previous, in your interior angle of this triangle, this will be 180 degree. So how will you use this 1 degree? Because you have 59 degree here. Okay, so if you are, अगर आप ये सोच रहे हो कि ये जो 1 डिग्री है इसको मैं डायरेक्टली C वाले एंगल में इंट्रोड्यूस करूंगा, तो वो रॉन्ग. This is not the approach by which you distribute your error. What you are doing, you just use this plus 1 degree, this plus 1 degree angle to distribute equally in all the angle. अब ये बात समझ में आई आपको क्या कहना चाह रहा हूँ? क्योंकि जब आपने ये एंगल मेजर किया तो उस वक्त आपका जो कंपास था वो एक ही था, जो पर्सन था वो एक ही था, तो जो वेटेज है, एंगल मेजरमेंट करने का वेटेज है इंटीरियर एंगल को, वो सब जगह क्या है, सेम है. इसी तरीके से जो आपका एरर हुआ है, ये एरर भी आपका जो होगा वो इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होगा सभी एंगल्स में. सो 1 डिग्री इज इक्वल टू योर 60 मिनट. और अगर मैं इसको 3 से डिवाइड कर दूं, बिकॉज वी हैव 3 इंटीरियर एंगल, देन our correction will be 20 minute at
Side.
every angle, not side. Okay, at every angle. So angle A will be 60 degree 20 minute. Angle B, angle C is similarly 60 degree 20 minute, and this will be 59 degree 20 minute. So this is the right approach by which we introduce our correction into your measured sides. Okay, so this is your corrected angles, and these are the terms which is denoted by blue colors is your measured angles. ठीक है, तो इस तरीके से हम क्या करते हैं, ये करेक्शंस को कंडक्ट करते हैं. समझ में बात आ गई? ठीक है,
Yes sir.
ठीक है. और उसके बाद यही चीज़ यहाँ पे डिस्कस करी गई है मेथड ऑफ एप्लीकेशन में, जो कि मैंने आपको बता दिया है कि कैसे हम करते हैं इसको. अब यहाँ पे मैंने एक सिंपल एग्जांपल किसका लिया था, ट्रायंगल का लिया था, और इसी तरीके से आप इसको बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड फिगर में कन्वर्ट करते हो. तो जैसे ये मैंने 8 पॉइंट्स यहाँ पे दिए, तो टोटल नंबर n यहाँ पे कितना है, 7 है. तो इसमें भी आप उस चीज़ को अप्लाई करेंगे तो आपको ये चीज़ पता चलेगी. पर जैसे हम न्यूमेरिकल करेंगे तो अब आपको ये चीज़ें समझ में आएगी. ठीक है, तो ये तो था फर्स्ट मेथड। अब सेकंड मेथड आप लोग थोड़ा पढ़िए क्योंकि सेकंड मेथड आपके लिए नया होने वाला है, तो आई थिंक यू शुड रीड दिस पोर्शन, तब मैं आपको इसको बताऊंगा। So whenever you read this paragraph, this says that in this case we don't go to interior angle. The second method says we don't need to measure interior angle, we just find your bearing, fore bearing and back bearing of line. So second method में हम बैक बेयरिंग और फोर बेयरिंग लाइन को चेक करते हैं, ठीक है, इंटीरियर एंगल नहीं निकालते हैं। अब सबसे पहले हमें ये पता करना होता है कि इनमें से कौन सी लाइन आपकी करेक्ट है। तो करेक्ट लाइन फाइंड आउट करने का क्या कंसेप्ट है? करेक्ट लाइन फाइंड आउट करने का जो कंसेप्ट है वो ये फॉर्मूला है, बैक बेयरिंग इज इक्वल टू फोर बेयरिंग प्लस माइनस 180 डिग्री। तो सबसे पहले वी जस्ट फाइंड out of these three lines of this triangles which line is you are showing correctly। तो वो जो लाइन होगी, ठीक है, सपोज अभी के लिए वो जो लाइन है वो आपकी कौन सी लाइन है? ए बी लाइन है। तो ए बी लाइन का जो फोर बेयरिंग और बैक बेयरिंग था वो 180 डिग्री के एग्जैक्ट आ रहा है, ठीक है, डिफरेंस। तो हमें इसका मतलब क्या पता चला? हमें ये पता चला कि जो बी स्टेशन है एंड जो ए स्टेशन है, इससे जो एंगल लिए जाएंगे वो क्या लिए जाएंगे? करेक्ट लिए जाएंगे। क्लियर? तो सपोज यहाँ पे फोर बेयरिंग आपका जो था और यहाँ पे जो आपका बैक बेयरिंग θ2 था एंड θ1, सो θ2 और जो लाइन कौन सी है? बी ए लाइन है, ठीक है, θ2 इज इक्वल टू θ1 प्लस 180 डिग्री। और ये मैंने आपको बता चुका था कि ये कैसे प्लस लगाना है माइनस लगाना है। सो दिस θ2 इज बैक बेयरिंग फॉर लाइन बी ए। क्लियर है? क्योंकि ए पे हम पॉइंट ले रहे हैं तो बैक बेयरिंग में ए। तो इस तरीके से हमने करा। अब इसके बाद देखिए, इसके बाद क्या होगा कि अगर मैं AC लाइन का फोर बेयरिंग निकालूंगा तो AC लाइन का फोर बेयरिंग क्या होगा? इस तरीके से होगा, विच इज योर करेक्ट, क्योंकि आपने क्या बोला है कि A से जो भी आप एंगल लेंगे वो करेक्ट होंगे। सिमिलरली B पॉइंट से BC लाइन का मैं BC लाइन का फोर बेयरिंग निकाल सकता हूँ। फोर बेयरिंग BC का ऐसे ही होगा, BC लाइन का फोर बेयरिंग F है तो B पे पॉइंट होगा, और AC लाइन का फोर बेयरिंग A पे है तो A से मैंने एंगल लिया। सो सपोज दिस इज एंगल θ3 एंड दिस इज θ4। तो ये आपने क्या निकाल दिया? फोर बेयरिंग निकाली, विच इज योर करेक्ट, ठीक है। इसके केस के अकॉर्डिंग आप क्या निकालेंगे? बैक बेयरिंग निकालेंगे BC लाइन का। तो BC लाइन का बैक बेयरिंग देखिए कैसे होगा। BC लाइन का बैक बेयरिंग अब आपको ऐसे नहीं निकालना है, ठीक है। BC लाइन का बैक बेयरिंग आपको निकालना है विद द हेल्प ऑफ फॉर्मूला विच इज इक्वल टू FB प्लस 180 डिग्री, और इस तरीके से आपको BC का बैक बेयरिंग निकालना है, ठीक है। सिमिलरली AC का बैक बेयरिंग कैसे निकालेंगे आप? θ3 प्लस माइनस 180 डिग्री। तो यहाँ पे FB की जगह पे जो फोर बेयरिंग ऑफ BC लाइन है उसको अगर मैं लिखूँ तो वो कितना है आपका? θ4। सो दिस इज द वे बाय विच यू जस्ट क्लियर योर लाइन, ठीक है। क्या मतलब समझ में आ गया आपको? समझ में आया या नहीं आया? ठीक है, आपने क्या करा? सबसे पहले वो लाइन फाइंड करी। पहले तो तीनों लाइन में आपने क्या करना है? ये फॉर्मूला अप्लाई करना है। कौन सा फॉर्मूला? ये वाला अप्लाई करना है, ठीक है, जिसमें एग्जैक्टली वैल्यू 180 आ रही है, चाहे आप प्लस कर रहे हो चाहे आप समेशन कर रहे हो। तो वो लाइन आपकी क्या है? दैट लाइन इज योर करेक्ट लाइन विच इज फ्री फ्रॉम योर लोकल अट्रैक्शन, और उस लाइन को आप बेस लेते हुए अदर लाइन के आप फोर बेयरिंग निकालोगे विद द हेल्प ऑफ फॉर्मूला, ठीक है। तो यही हमने यहाँ पे किया है। हमने जो C पॉइंट है, C पॉइंट को हमने कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम से ना निकालते हुए हमने उसको फॉर्मूले से निकाला है, क्योंकि हमारा जो C एंगल है दैट इज अफेक्टेड बाय द लोकल अट्रैक्शन, ठीक है। तो ये एक सेकंड अप्रोच है। तो आप लोग जब न्यूमेरिकल करेंगे तो आप लोग इससे बहुत अच्छे से फैमिलियर होंगे, और इस क्वेश्चन को आप अच्छे से करिएगा क्योंकि इससे बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा न्यूमेरिकल पूछे जाते हैं हर किसी एग्जाम में. Then we move to next point, which is your principle of compass surveying. So principle of compass surveying is based on traversing, which involve this series of lines, and based on this series of line we just find our surveying area, by which we provide some type of traversing, which is two types. First one is open and another one is closed traversing. Okay, so there are some few points related to compass, that compass surveying is recommended when the area is large. Okay, the course of river or coastline is to be surveyed. This one is applicable when the traversing is open and the area is crowded with many details and triangulation is not processed. Basically, the disadvantage, those are the disadvantage of chain surveying, is the advantage of compass surveying. Okay, so these 2 points are very important, first and second. So about traversing, we have two types of traversing. The first one is closed one, when the all lines are closed and the interior, the formula for interior angle, summation of interior angle will be applicable. And the another one is open traversing, which is used to find the length of railways, roads, canals, rivers, and etc. Okay, so this line A to B, C, D, E, which is moving along the bank of river, is known as your open traversing. In this case, we also apply only the forebearing, back bearing, forebearing, and back bearing like this. We cannot apply the interior. This one formula is not application for the open traversing. Clear hai? So there are some type of traversing. How the traversing can be conducted? This can be conducted by chain surveying, compass surveying, theodolite surveying, and plane table surveying. Okay. So according to these instruments, we just divide our unit for this subject. So chain surveying में हम लोग क्या करते थे? हम लोग चेन सर्वेइंग में, आप लोगों को पता है कि हम लोग क्या करते थे, जैसे हमने ये टाइप पॉइंट्स मारे हैं, पहले मेन सर्वे स्टेशन को करेंगे. दैट्स ऑल वी ऑलरेडी कवर्ड, सो वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू मच अबाउट दिस written portions. We already covered. This is the final of this lecture. If you have any doubt and queries, please you can ask. Okay.
Sir,